Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to
Happy late birthday to Riri, by the way.
Yeah, yesterday was Riri's birthday.
Drop one of Clues bombs for Rihanna, damn it.
Now let's get to the rumors.
Would love to be her weed deal on her birthday.
She ain't buying it. I'm sure people are buying it for her.
No, I think she probably just buys it.
Rihanna probably still buys her own weed. Mm-hmm. She's still down there.
She probably buys it for everyone.
Yeah, maybe. All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Big Sean.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee. Club.
So listen up.
Well, I saw the headline over the weekend. Big Sean gets slapped at his album signing. This happened in Queens, New York. He was doing an in-store signing for his I Decided album. The physical copies came out, and that's when, according to TMZ, a fan walked up to him and slapped him, and that's when security stepped in. They actually have video. Here's how it went down.
Everybody out right now, guys. Out.
Yo, Big Sean, you good?
Let's go.
Yo, Big Sean,
everybody out. Tell Jay-Z what's up.
Now, there's people out there that was telling me to give Big Sean donkey today for being worth millions and allowing himself to get slapped. Y'all sound like complete idiots.
The guy said Birdman sent me.
Exactly. And the guy, clearly sometimes your success takes a shot at you. Yeah, a man can slap you, but what happens after that slap? Okay?
Right, he got ducked out like he should have.
Regardless of who you are, no matter what position of life you're in, a person can slap you, but what happens after that slap?
Big Sean responded on his Twitter. He said, look, I never comment on this type of ish, but they can't do me dirty and say a fan smacked me or no ish like that. Some guy waited in line in the cold since 10 a.m., bought my CD. When I signed his CD and shook his hand, he tried to hit me off guard. The dude was released from a mental hospital last week, has a long record of mental illness, and was off his meds. Very serious issue. He claims he wrote songs for Michael Jackson, Jay-Z, and was with Birdman. I'm hoping he's getting the proper treatment he needs. I wanted to keep the signing going, but the store shut it down. Sorry, it got ruined for the rest of the real fans.
And it's guys like that make it bad for everybody else. Because the next time you see Big Sean and he's standoffish or he got people with him that won't let you get close to him, it's because of that situation
absolutely
there.
Right.
And you can't do nothing but respect him.
And he did nothing wrong. He was out there signing autographs for the fans. Yep. He did nothing wrong.
Tried to be nice to y'all. Tried to talk to y'all N-words after 5 p.m., but look what happened.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what time it was.
I know, but I don't talk the N-words of any race after 5 p.m.
All right, now Fab had posted on Instagram over the weekend. I guess him and his mom had a falling out, and it was her birthday. So he put a picture of his mom. He said, we hit a bump in the road at the end of 2016, some miscommunication and disagreements, but I love you no less. This was the first year in my life I wasn't with you or spoke to you on New Year's Eve, and that hurt me. But sometimes you gotta let wounds heal so we can look at the scars later as all we've been through. Mommy, you made me who I am, good or bad. I love you for everything you've done for me and every sacrifice you've made for me. I admire and honor you every day, even from afar. Your birthday is on Valentine's Day, and it's so fitting to me because you are my heart. So he did a whole post a couple of days ago and called his mom his Valentine for life.
You got to make it right with mom.
Right, and he said, I'm sure you've forgiven or accepted people who don't have as deep a bond, so even if you have to love them from afar for a minute, never stop loving your family. So he wanted to share it for people who are going through tough times with their parents. He said he just wanted to fix whatever was broken. There's always a way to do that for people who are responsible for your existence.
You gotta love the vagina from which you came. You gotta make that right.
All right, now, Envy, you had walked out the room, but Charlamagne and I were talking about the top 10 highest paid NBA players for 2016. And I want to see if you know who is in the top of this list.
I think LeBron's at the top of the list.
Oh, yes, LeBron's number one. He made $86 million in salary from the NBA.
I think Melo might be up there.
Nope.
Melo's not up there?
Well, he's at number 8.
Number 8, yeah, he's top 10.
All right, so see if you can figure out who else is on this list. Who's number 2?
Well, who else have big contracts?
Think about who the best player is.
No, it's not the best players because Curry's not making that money yet.
Yes, well, he's number 3 on the list.
Number 3.
Oh, is this NBA or is this all
NBA?
Their money? Oh.
Just NBA.
Curry.
Kevin Durant, number 2.
Kevin Durant, of course, he took that paper.
Who's number 4 after Steph Curry?
I don't know. Who's number 4?
James Harden.
James Harden, yes.
Number
absolutely.
5 is Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you can really look at the skill set of the players right now and get your top 5.
Isaiah Thomas is not there, right?
Not yet.
No, number 6 is Dwayne Wade. Number 7 is Derrick Rose. Number 8 is Carmelo. Number 9 is Chris Paul. And number 10 is Kyrie Irving.
The Knicks are getting robbed.
Yeah, they got
Derrick
2
Rose is top 10. Melo still deserves his money for the most part, but Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose balls. He balls out.
He ain't no Melo. He ain't no all-star.
All right, well.
Stop
Derrick Rose is all-star.
Derrick Rose should not be top 10. No, he's not. All-star.
Derrick Rose is an all-star.
What country do you live in? What world do you live in where Derrick Rose is an all-star in 2017? No.
He's still balling out, though.
No, bro. No.
All right,
He's still
Soulja Boy
balling
and
out.
Chris Brown, if you guys are waiting for that fight, Soulja Boy tweeted that Chris Brown is scared of him. And he said, I can't believe this, and we're scared to fight me. Sign the contract, bitch ass N-word. Set up the boxing match. I caught 2 fades in the street since this whole beef-ish, and I won both fights. I guess Chris must have heard and got scared. Come on, boy. He said, N-word talked all that. It's just to back down and not sign the paperwork. Not about that life, no action. Don't want to hear about this ever.
He wants action, boy.
Right. So he said, obviously he don't want to fight. I'm going to leave him alone. Beef over. Just tell him don't call my phone over a girl. That was the second time. So
they did all that huffing and puffing at each other for nothing?
Mm-hmm.
All that
Chris Brown
Instagramming
won't
and
sign the
Snapchatting
contract.
for nothing?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. When we come back, Keisha Cole will be joining us. So don't move. Don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in basketball, DeMarcus Cousins, he has been traded. He was a Sacramento King. It looks like he's going to the Pelicans. I don't think that's a bad move for him. I think that's actually a great move
It's
for
a
him.
great move.
He would have just liked to know before everybody else knew, probably.
I think his agent told him because he didn't want one of those people to tell him during those, because he was doing an interview, to tell him during the interview. We have audio of it. Let's play the audio.
Hey, DeMarcus, can you kind of sum up your All-Star experience? And
Oh, really?
can you can decide.
That's whatever.
That's a great move. You go down there, pair him up with Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
The only way it's a terrible move if he like smashed some chick in New Orleans this weekend and thought he was just gonna get away from her. I'm gonna smash her this weekend and I'm gonna be out of town on Monday. Like, nope, look like you're gonna be here for a while, buddy.
I think that's a great move for him because he did say he wanted to retire a King. I think like a week ago.
Nobody wants to retire as Sacramento King. So let's be clear about that. Nobody wants to retire as Sacramento King. That's not the way any of this works.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the Sacramento Kings. Now, let's talk about Uber, sexual harassment.
Right. Well, the former U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder is going to lead Uber's investigation into sexual harassment claims. These claims were made by an ex-employee. Now, according to Susan Fowler, she actually did a blog post that went viral. She said, it's my number one priority that we come through this. Well, Uber said they want to make sure they're a better organization after this. But she wrote about the year that she spent working there. She said it was an office culture that permitted rampant sexual harassment and gender discrimination. At Uber, only 15% of the company's employees are women, and just 3% of the women are engineers at the time that she left. So that's a very small fraction, very small percentage. Now, she said at one point she had actually reported things, and she was told she was on thin ice and in risk of being fired if she continued to report these cases to HR. She said she reported his threat immediately after the meeting to both HR and to the CTO. They both admitted it was illegal, but nobody did anything about it.
I tell y'all all the time, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. My dumb ass is sitting there thinking, oh, Uber do got offices, don't they? I'm thinking that girls was getting harassed in the cars.
You know what? At first, when I see that, I
She
thought
was
the
an
same
engineer.
thing. No, I thought the
Guys,
drivers.
come on.
I thought the
The
drivers
whole
were touching
company.
on the girls when they get in the
I
cars.
thought the same
I did.
thing.
I'm gonna be
I didn't
honest.
think Uber had. You just think Uber
Listen,
car.
I can admit when I'm stupid. You know what I mean? I really thought that the Uber drivers were touching on the girls when they got in the car. I forgot. Like, oh yeah, Uber would have an office, wouldn't they? They are a big company.
Well, yeah, the people getting in the car wouldn't be employees that work at Uber. They would be passengers that could get arrested for that.
Listen, perverts don't care.
But when you said Uber, I thought the same thing. Now let's talk Donald Trump.
All right, well, yesterday was President's Day, but as a lot of people were celebrating, it was not my President's Day. There were rallies in New York, Chicago, LA, Atlanta, Philly, and more than 24 other cities across the nation. Everybody just kind of standing against the president who's been in power. It's only been 1 month. By the way, I was reading that Donald Trump has spent more in this past month than President Barack Obama did in 1 year. Just traveling back and forth to Mar-a-Lago, playing golf, doing all of those things. He spent more in 1 month. Now, a lot of people were carrying signs that said, "Not my president," and "Resist," and they were chanting, "No ban, no wall." In addition to that, Donald Trump has been putting together a new travel ban order that they say is near completion. Over the weekend, he was putting that together. Supposedly, this is going to be a tighter, more streamlined version of the first executive order, which, as we all know, did not work out. So we'll see what he has to say now. Allegedly, they're working on a phase-in period for parts of that order to take effect. It's not going to impact the green card holders. And also, they're saying for people that are now not being respected with their current or pending visas, they're going to make sure nobody is caught in the system in between.
I was reading an article on BusinessInsider.com this weekend, and the headline is, "A historian says Trump's presidency is likely to be the second shortest in history." You should look that up.
I hope so.
He'll probably be the
I
first
agree
president
with that.
to be impeached, or he'll probably resign.
Yeah, we hope so. All right.
And y'all overthought this President's Day thing yesterday. I was just happy to have a day off. I didn't care who day it was.
All right. Well, that's front page news. Now, tell them why you're mad. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, you call us right now. Maybe you had a bad weekend, bad night, whatever it may be. 800-585-1051. Tell them why you're mad. Also, we're taking your calls if you feel blessed. Maybe you're not mad. Maybe you feel a little blessed. Maybe you had a great weekend. Maybe it was your birthday. Maybe you had a child. Whatever it may be.
Maybe you're 2 days pregnant from that NBA player you wanted to get pregnant from and don't even know it yet.
That could be a positive. 800-585-1051. You can tell them why you're blessed as well as The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.